A Canadian woman who is facing a long jail term and a heavy fine for vandalism in Thailand will be allowed to return home to Alberta. A Thai judge handed down 1-year suspended sentences for Brittney Schneider and her friend Furlong Lee. Now, both of them were arrested on October 18th. They were caught writing graffiti on a wall near a historic city gate. Brittney, who's from Grand Prairie, admitted that she and her friend were extremely intoxicated at the time. Well, Brittney Schneider is still in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and that is where our chase team reached her along with her mom, Tara. Brittney, how do you feel on these many mornings afterwards as you've digested what you did and what happened afterwards?
I felt sick to my stomach after I realized what I'd done, and after when I woke up and realized what I did, I was so sick and I was scared and I felt awful for what I did, and I was scared for what was next.
Definitely scared, and I can see your mom. I spoke with your mom actually in Canada on that night that you called her. She got the phone call in the middle of the night. Tara, when you got to Thailand, your heart must have still been in your throat.
Absolutely. Absolutely it was. It was the longest plane ride of my life. 18 hours later, I finally was able to get on my phone and had a message from the embassy that the lawyer had picked her up at the jail and brought her to the airport, and she was waiting for us, my sister and I, when we arrived. It was amazing. It was amazing.
So when our kids do things that we don't agree with, our first response obviously is to be, oh my goodness, I'm so thankful that you're safe. And then there's that other response. I don't know if you as a parent feel this, but there's this anger of, how could you do this?
Yes, absolutely. I was back and forth with anger of why and safe. I honestly couldn't decide between the two. I was angry at times and get mad, and then I was so scared for her life. Neither of them left me. Yes, I was angry.
I can see tears on your face, and I bet they're tears of both relief and, you're probably still scared, right?
We're not home yet, and yes, I'm still afraid. It's still so surreal.
Brittney, your mom uses the word surreal. What was it like for you when you actually, found out that you were in prison, that you pinch yourself and it's real? What went through your head?
I felt like I was going to be stuck there for the rest of my life, and I didn't want that. I was scared I was never going to see my family again. I was just so scared.
And who were you thinking about? Like, who was coming to mind?
My mom and my grandma and my sister, my stepdad, like everybody at home.
When you tried to explain, did the words come easily, or was that a really hard thing to talk about with your mom? I'm in jail.
I didn't even want to call her. I was so scared to phone her, and I wasn't going to until the police told me that I could face up to 10 years in prison. And then I realized, okay, no, I need to call her.
No kidding. I mean, at first you thought maybe nobody needs to know?
I didn't want anybody to know. I didn't want my grandma to know. So when I called my mom, I said, please don't tell her. And then it blew up, and then everybody knew.
And then you have to make that decision to call, because you're now hearing 10 years of your life might be spent behind bars. How difficult was picking up that phone and having that conversation?
My heart was just racing, and I was so scared she was going to be angry, and I was scared she was just going to say, well, that sucks, now deal with it. But I'm thankful she was so supportive, and even though what I did was awful.
How did you take the support that you got? Because I bet you deep in your heart you weren't surprised that your mom was going to be in your corner.
Well, no, I wasn't surprised, but I was a little worried that she wouldn't.
Because obviously you expect the anger, right? I mean, that didn't...
Yeah.
It wouldn't have surprised you, is what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in jail, I've never been in a prison in Thailand. I never want to be in a Thai prison. What was it like?
The prisoners were really nice, and the guards were super nice too. I mean, we slept on the floor, and the toilets were just a hole in the ground. But other than that, it was it was okay. It was not at all what I was expecting, which I was super grateful for because I was so terrified going in there.
Did anybody try to hurt you, harm you?
No, that doesn't happen there. They rarely ever have problems in the women's prison here.
What kind of food were you given?
Well, I didn't eat for 4 days, but we got rice and this like green, I don't even know what it was, but I tried it and I didn't like it, and I wasn't hungry anyway. It was like this green, I think it was seaweed. I don't really know.
And as you got these plates of food that you weren't used to and didn't want to eat, as you were looking at the hole that is a toilet in your room and probably wearing some kind of prison garb, I'm assuming, did it all sort of flash before your eyes that how could I have done this?
Yeah. The time I woke up there, I was like, I can't believe I did this. Like, why did I do that? And now I'm going to be stuck here.
Tara, let me ask you, if you had to share with me the best and worst of this experience, because when you talk about it, there will be something that you'll find that's positive that came out of it, because we're Canadian and we do that. So what's the best and worst of it, Tara?
I would have to say the best is it brought us together as a family that much stronger, including my mom and my amazing stepdad, my sister who's traveled and been by my side since day one. We've all grown a lot closer. We've a completely different look on life because we never thought anything as devastating as this could rip our family, and we just all stayed together. That's the best that came out of it, is we came out stronger. The worst thing out of this was living every day here in Chiang Mai and going to bed with not knowing what was going to happen, if she was going to be to the sentence and the 10 years in prison, how we would go on without her being in the prison. It was hard going to bed at night. It was hard waking up. My mom has been greatly impacted by it as well, and it's horrible. It was horrible.
You know
3
what?
solid weeks of agony.
Every parent across the country can relate to that because, Tara, I can see that it's obviously an emotional story for you. Is there anything good that has come of this for you? Sorry, Brittney?
I mean, all the support I'm getting, and I've learned like a huge lesson to just research before you travel, research the landmarks, the culture, everything you can before you go, and don't disrespect. Yeah, and not drink so much.
Yeah, that's a hard lesson, and we all have learned it at some point in our life. I want to thank you both for sharing your story. Safe journeys home, okay?
Thank you so
very
much.
Brittney and Tara Schneider, our chase team reached them in Chiang Mai, Thailand.